All right, I think we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sim here, and I think that we are gonna be. I'm gonna probably be joining some sort of support group in the next couple of days because, you know, let me just start off by saying that last night's game was we as Rams fans, we cannot continue living like this. We can't continue living like this. We can't continue living in a world where every game is down to the last second, where every game is down to the last play. I mean, there are a couple of games that probably did not end on the last play. I'm pulling up the schedule right now. Even the game against the Tennessee Titans. It's like we're worried about losing to the Titans. The game against the Colts, 27-20. If it wasn't for the last play, the big touchdown to Tutu, San Francisco, the first game back in October. This game, 23-26. We lost in overtime on a fourth down blunder that we had. Baltimore, I mean, it's 17-3, but, it's still. The first game when I was like, okay, fine. Okay, we can actually breathe a little bit, 35-7 against the Jaguars. We knew we were going to beat the Saints going into the second game against the Niners. I was kind of worried. They started crawling back. The first game against Seattle, 21-19. Nail biter. They missed the field goal. The Bucks, we were fine. Carolina, we go to Carolina. We're supposed to win this game. We didn't. Then finally, we beat the Arizona Cardinals, as usual. Now that I said that, I definitely jinxed the entire team. Game I was really worried about, Detroit Lions. We won 41-34. And then back against Seattle. I'm gonna say this right now. And the game against the Eagles, I mean, that game, our special teams is destroying us in that game. They destroyed us in that game. 2 blocked field goals, and we lost because of the second blocked field goal. They returned it for a touchdown. Now I'm worried about Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be like, oh, we can do the same thing. We can do some damage. Let me just slow down here for a second. This was a great game. For all intents and purposes, this was a great game. I mean, we're talking about we are missing our starting right tackle. And, before anybody can, be like, oh, you're making excuses, bro. I'm not making excuses. I'm just spitting facts. These are not excuses. I'm just saying we go into this game, the game plan for Seattle is to stop Puka. He is the best receiver right now. Some people are going to be like, well, SJN, I know, but at the same time, Puka missed a game or two, and he's less than 100 yards in receiving below SJN. So let's all calm down. The dude had 12 catches, 225 yards, and 2 touchdowns. These numbers are Madden numbers. These are the numbers that you get when you create your own player in franchise mode and make your receiver 6'5" with a 99 rating on everything. And he's the only one that you're throwing him the football. These are Madden numbers. So we're without Devontae Adams, without our starting right tackle. Dotson goes down with an ankle injury because some schmuck on the Seahawks defense decides to step on his ankle, and he got suspended for 1 game, and rightfully so. We're missing Quentin Lake. I'm not making excuses, but my expectations were for this game that, I have all the faith in Sean McVay. I have all the faith in Sean McVay because I know that he's going to come up with a game plan for this Seattle defense. I know that. And I thought that Shula was going to come up with a really nice game plan for Sam Darnold because we had his number. I mean, the last 2 times he played against us, he threw for 6 picks. I thought we were going to be fine. But I had this little bit of doubt that we can go into Lumen Field and we can actually bring the dub. And I will tell you what though, every time we don't win the toss and the other team kicks, I get a little bit worried because yes, we get the ball first, but if we don't score, you're just given an opportunity to score first, and then they're going to get the ball in the second half, and this whole thing just throws your rhythm. And they scored on their first 2, I believe it was their first 2 possessions in the first half and in the second half. They go straight down the field, a lot of missed tackles. Let's talk about that. A lot of missed tackles. What are we doing? What are we doing? A lot of missed tackles all over the defense. We tightened it up a little bit in the third quarter. We tightened it up after they scored their first touchdown. But, I think we had 4 sacks, which is finally we're starting to see something from the front 4. Byron Young, nowhere to be found. Kobe Durant bringing in 2 sacks, I think, and he had a great game. 2 sacks, interception, great game. But where's Jared Verse? He came in on a half a sack with Kobe Durant, but it wasn't really his sack. It was. And again, Sean McVay can talk about, hey, we don't care about sacks. We care about the opportunities that they create from creating pressure. That's how you get turnovers. I mean, we broke a lot of records last night for all the wrong reasons. The Seahawks became the first team to win. I don't remember what the exact record. It was like 0-179. That means that in 180 games, teams that were down by 2 touchdowns or more in the fourth quarter never won a game, and we let them win the game. And we also became the first team that would have insane statistical numbers, over 500 yards of total offense, 3 passing touchdowns, 0 turnovers. We got 3 turnovers from the Seahawks, and we lose the game. That doesn't happen. And also, our special teams coordinator needs to be fired. Blackburn needs to be fired immediately. This guy's going to cost us the Super Bowl. We're not going to make it far in the playoffs. 1, if our defense continues to play like this. And 2, if we punt the ball to Shakir. What are we doing? What are we doing? The ball literally, Shakir didn't move from his spot. And I love me some Ethan Evans. The dude is built like a Hulk. But what are we doing punting the football straight to him? Not even to his right, not even to his left. Not even a little bit past him. No, literally directly to him. And he takes it down to the house. When they scored that touchdown, I was like, fine, we're fine. We're fine. It's still 30-20. Or 30-19. No, it was 30-20. It was 10 points. And then they go and then they score the first. Or was it the first? It was the first 2-point conversion. And I'm like, we're fine. There's like 6 minutes left in the game. Let's milk the clock like we did in the first half. In the first half, we had the football for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. They had it for like, I don't know, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I mean, I don't know. 5 minutes. It was an absurd amount of time that we had the football in the first half. Why couldn't we replicate that in the second half? Our special teams are going to kill us this season. You know, if you've been watching me on this channel, you will know that every time I talk about this, I always say that we need to run the football. We ran it 40 times. Well, 37 times. It was 23 attempts for Kyron Williams, 14 for Blake Corum. Not the best, not our best running game in terms of averages, but we ran the ball 37 times. But we also passed the football 50 times. Matthew Stafford, 29 out of 49, 50%, 59%, almost 60%. Completion percentage, 457 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 110.7 passer rating. The guy did what he had to do. He is playing at an MVP level. I mean, the dude did everything he can to win the game. I'm just pulling it up here. QBR is 88.1. Sam Darnold, 22-34, 270. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Took in 4 sacks. 4. 41.7 QBR, 84.2 passer rating. I mean, you take 55-yard touchdown run that Kenneth Walker had, and he had 50 yards or 45 yards on 10 carries, which is still a very respectful 4.5 average. What did I say? Shakir? I'm sorry. Rashid Shaheed. I mean, you know, Shakir, Rashid. I mean, it all sounds the same to me. That game we should not have lost. We shouldn't have lost that game. We did a very good job in the first half. You know, 13-7, very respectful. Going to Sean McVay has a good record of leading at halftime. Doesn't really lose when having a lead at halftime. And then we slowly started fading away. We just started fading away. We get comfortable in the fourth quarter. We're up 30-16. 30-16 with 8 minutes left in the game. And we just collapse. And we just collapsed. 457 yards through the air. On average, 15.8 yards per reception. You're getting a first down every time Matthew Stafford throws a football. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? You're getting a first down and a half every time Matthew Stafford throws the football. And the thing that really surprises me on this section right here in the receiving yards, where is Tutu Atwell? Where's Tutu? I don't see you, Tutu. $10 million down the drain, Tutu. If you weren't going to use him, why the hell did you re-sign him? Why did you re-sign him? He was on the field for a couple of plays. I saw him on the field. Let's see here. Neil Landman with a sack. Poona Ford with a sack. Jared Verse on a half sack with Kobe Durant. Kobe Durant, great game. 2 sacks, 1.5, whatever. And an interception. He had himself a great game. He had himself a great game. 2 interceptions. Josh Wallace, who got burned on the play. And as they're talking about him in the studio, he makes the interception. That was great. 56 yards down to the 1-yard line. Fantastic job. I'm not really blaming Harrison Mevis at all. I'm not going to blame him at all. But again, he makes 3 field goals. Great job. And the one that we needed the most, he missed. And I had a feeling he was going to miss it. I just, because as a Rams fan, we've been into these situations so many times where we just can't catch a break. We can't catch a break in important games. Almost every important game that we play, aside from the Lions, we just can't seem to catch a break, especially with our kicking. I mean, we have to hold our breath every single time whenever our kicker goes out to kick. It's the worst feeling ever as a Rams fan. Worst feeling ever. Ethan Evans, dear Lord, man. I mean, I love this guy. The guy has been a great punter for the past 2-3 years he's been on the team. Great punter. But come on, I don't know if it was the wind. I don't know if the wind had a say in it that it just made it go literally straight down the field to Rashid Shaheed. I don't know. I thought Matthew Stafford played a great game, honestly. There were a couple throws, especially Colby Parkinson. I don't know. Are you an inside agent? Are you a double agent? Are you working for the Seahawks? I don't understand. You got hot hands all the time. In almost every game, you're doing great. And then you come to the Seahawks, and all of a sudden, we're dropping passes. Some of them were catchable. He had, 4 targets? 4 targets, 2 receptions, 50% catch rate. 2 receptions for 21 yards. They shut him down in the end zone, obviously, because he's been on a tear before last night's game. Puka backed up. He had a terrible week. Puka needs to shut his mouth. And also, why can't we talk about the refs? Why can't we criticize them? Why can't we say, hey, dude, what are you doing? And don't get me started on a 2-point conversion BS call that was called the other day. The referees blew. Everybody heard the referees blew the whistle. And then they go for kickoff. They're down 2 points. And all of a sudden, wait a minute. They never blew the whistle. Since when? Since when do you never blow the whistle? I don't know. I'll drink some tea here. I don't know. I don't know if the refs had it for us. Again, I'm not trying to make excuses, so don't take this out of context. But I'm just saying that the refs get pissed off about what Puka said, and they were like, you know what? F this guy. We're gonna do everything we can to make sure that we make his night a living hell. And Puka needs to be smarter than that. Puka needs to shut his mouth. You don't say stuff like that. It was this kind of reminded me of the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl back in 2004 when Freddie Mitchell was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to win this game." Or something along those lines. It was in the Super Bowl week. It was media week, and they were interviewing him I don't know if he was in a locker room or just media session or something like that, and he said something along the lines, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win this game," and then we all know what happened. McNabb throws for 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and the last one came on the last possession of the game. The point I'm trying to make is, you don't say stuff like that during the season. You don't say stuff like that during the season. You got to talk about it on a podcast after the season is over in February, March, April, May, June. Go ahead. It'll simmer down. It will die out. And it will be forgotten. But not in the week leading up to the most important game for the Rams and the Seahawks, where winner takes all. Literally winner takes all. Winner becomes the number 1 seed. Now we're the number 5 seed. And if they win out, and if we win out, we're going to have to go back to Seattle and play in this atmosphere again. Do you really want to do that again? In January? In Seattle? I don't think so. The only thing that we can hope for now is that if the 49ers, by some godly way, lose to the Colts, which I don't see happening, and the Seahawks, I don't remember who they're playing, but if they lose a game and now we're all tied again, it will come back to us again. Because we will have the head-to-head point differential from our meeting with the Seahawks. Both times we're up by 1 point. So that's the only way that we can get this thing done. Because even if the Niners beat Seattle, we still have the point differential advantage against the Niners, because we destroyed them 42-26 in the second meeting, and we lost the first meeting by 3 points. So we have the point differential. Head-to-head matchup. Unless I'm missing something else. But what a game. What a game that was. I am at a loss. I am at a loss. Because coming to think of it, McVay did everything right on the offensive side of the ball. Right? We ran the football 37 times. They ran it 25 times. We passed the football 49 times, and we completed it 29 times. So we had a lot of success during the air. Matthew Stafford right now, he's putting up Madden numbers again. And I don't think that in the second half we ran the football as good as we did the first half. Let's see. Third quarter, we had 2. We had 1, 2, 3. Well, that was like a... We ran the football 4 times in the third quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one was run, incompletion. Pass, incompletion. 6, 7, 8, 9. So in the second half, we ran it 9 times. In the second half, we ran it 9 times. So out of the 37 times, we ran it 9 times. Let's just say, whatever, we ran it 39 times. We ran it 28 times in the first half alone. And in the second half, 9 times. Not even double digits. Not even like 10, 15 times. 9 times we ran the football in the second half. And this is something that I've been talking about ever since I started this channel. I always said McVay needs to stick to the run. McVay needs to stick to the run. And he did in the first half. First half, we stuck to the run. Second half, we ran it 9 times. Do what you were doing in the first half. Take time off the clock. I mean, for God's sakes, man, we were doing so good in the first half. I thought we got this game in the, 40 minutes. We had the football for 40 minutes. The game is 60 minutes, by the way. The game is 60 minutes, and we had the ball for 40 minutes. Look at this. We beat them in every statistical category. Passing first downs, 17. Except for rushing first down. Third down efficiency, fourth down efficiency. It's the most we've ever went for it in a fourth down in a game, ever. 88 plays, 63. 508, almost 600. We were 19 yards away from having 600-yard game. 14 total drives. They had 13. If you think about it, that first drive, we didn't do anything with it. Yards per play, same. Passing yards, almost 500 yards, 457. It's just ridiculous. 9 yards per pass. It's a first down every time Matthew Stafford throws the football. It's crazy. Rushing, again, you take that 55 yards touchdown run, they're down to 120 or 117, 116. They ran the football pretty good, 6.8 yards, we're 3.2. Red zone, 3 for 6, 2 for 3. A lot of penalties. We are not a penalty team. We don't get penalized that much. But again, you play a game like that, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. 3 turnovers on the Seahawks. We have 0. We played a clean game, but I honestly think that our defense let us down and our special teams let us down. And honestly, if our defense is going to continue playing like this, we're not going to go very far in the playoffs. I'm going to tell you that right now. I mean, they celebrated last night as if they won the Super Bowl. They're not used to big games like we are. But we let them hang around. We always do this. We always let teams hang around. We always let teams just hanging in there somehow, somewhere. And it gets to the point where they start creeping up on us. And by the time we kind of figure it out, it's too late. Game is over. That's what happens with the Panthers. That's what happened with the Eagles. That's what happened with the 49ers. And that's what happened with the Seahawks. We don't know how to put teams away. We had a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left in the game. Through the entirety of the game, my blood pressure, my heart rate was going bananas. My Apple Watch was like, should we call 911? Are you okay? It didn't settle down until the fourth quarter after that second interception that Kobe Durant got in the red zone. Then I was kind of like, okay, we're good. We're good. We're going to calm down now. We're going to be fine. We're going to be okay. Right? Kobe Durant gets that second interception in the red zone. It's a scoring opportunity for Seattle. He runs it up to the 10-yard line or something like that. I don't remember. And then I was like, you know what? We got this in the bag. There is no way There's just no way that the Seahawks are going to be able to overcome this and score 16 points under 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. And guess what? That very next possession after we got the interception, we didn't do anything with it. Ultra conservative. It's either that or we're just taking shots. Dude, just run the football. Give it to Puka on an end route. Just have him just go around and boom. Just give it to him. Hand him the football. Let him run wild. But we didn't do that. We got too cute in the fourth quarter. We got comfy. We're talking mad smack to the other team. And where did that get us? I was watching an interview with Ernest Jones, who I used to like a lot as our middle linebacker, and I'm not sure why we couldn't pay the guy because right now he's balling out in Seattle, and now I don't like him as much. And he was like, "Oh, they were being spicy. They were too spicy. They were so spicy. They were being too spicy." Why are we being? Just keep your mouth shut. Play your game. Let your game speak for you. And when the game is over, get all spicy all you want. Get all spicy in the locker room. Pump the music. Get all amped up in the locker room. But don't be spicy when the game is still running. Stay humble. Stay humble. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? If our defense doesn't get their ish together, we're not going to get very far in the playoffs. I'll tell you that. We're not. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're not going to get very far. If we can let Seattle score 37 points when they struggled against the Colts with a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. 44 years old. 44, the dude hasn't played football in 5 years, comes out of retirement to play for the Colts, and they couldn't score a touchdown. They couldn't score a touchdown. They had to score field goals the entire game. And here we are. We had the third lowest scoring defense, or the fourth, some top 5 scoring defense. And we let them run all over us, punt return for a touchdown, 3 2-point conversions. I mean, that 1 point, whatever. The game is the game. The game was played. They were hungry. They wanted it more than we did. And we just, especially on defense, I'm not blaming our offense. Yes, there were a couple of drop passes that should have been made, a couple of high thrown footballs. Matthew Stafford is 37 years old. He threw 49 balls. He had 49 attempts in Seattle. I'm not faulting the guy. Yeah, maybe a couple of passes here and there, but it's not on him. He played a flawless game. 0 interceptions, no fumbles. Offensive line did a fantastic job in the passing game, especially after Dotson went out when Deaches, what's his name? Deaches? They call him Didi. When Didi came in for Kevin Dotson, he did a fantastic job. 0 sacks. I thought Kevin Dotson went out. I was like, oh my God. Here we go. Kevin Dotson went out. Didi came in, held his own, did a fantastic job against a really good front Seattle defense. I thought there weren't that many running lanes. A couple of 9-yarders and 8-yarders here and there, but there was no explosive running plays. It was really tight. We were in a lot of 3 tight end formations, which again we were doing fantastic with in the first half, but we got comfy, we got spicy, we started talking. Just play your game. Let your game speak for you. Don't do the talking. Don't do the talking. Let your game speak for itself. Why can't we just do that? But our defense needs to step up. We need a cornerback. My God, man. We need a cornerback badly. Akila Witherspoon, who I forgot to mention earlier, wasn't playing, was inactive again, even though he played last week, I think. Didn't play this week, which was a shocker. I thought we needed him. The other cornerback that we got from the Titans is on IR. I mean, we just had the worst luck. Like, it's just terrible. Terrible. But hats off to Seattle. You know, hats off to you guys. You guys showed a lot of resilience and persistence, and you know, you made every opportunity count. A lot of respect to you guys. You know, I'm a diehard Rams fan. I love the Rams. Been a Rams fan for a very long time, and since I was in middle school. And you know, as much as my heart sank last night. I mean, I'm watching this game. I was like, all right, here we go. 50-50 shot that we get this 2-point conversion fail for the third time. You know, that's it. If they don't make it, we win. If they don't make that 2-point conversion, we win the number 1 seed. We have the number 1 seed in the NFC. I don't remember the last time the Rams got a bye. I think the last time they got a bye was 2001 or 1999. I don't remember. But we will get the number 1 seed in over 20 years and have a bye where we can heal our players, get an extra week off, prepare. We're playing at home. We're playing on our turf. It's fast turf. It's a controlled environment. There's no outside weather or factors or anything like that where we can actually have a better chance of doing everything that we want to do. But Seattle wanted it more. For all intents and purposes, Seattle wanted it more. And as much as my heart sank at the end of the game, as much as I'm not as upset as I want to be, I'm not as upset as I should be. You know, like the game against the 49ers, I hate the 49ers with passion. I hate them. I can't stand them. I hate the 49ers. But with this game, I mean, it's just wasn't our night. It wasn't our night. A lot of penalties. We're relaxed a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. And we just didn't show enough oomph on the defense as we should have in the second half. After, Shula has this tendency where the team will score on their first possession. I mean, we're not strangers to that. The team scored on their first possession, and then after that, Shula kind of just hunkers down and he just has a solution for them. And you would think, and he's been doing a great job making adjustments in the second half, and you would think that coming out in the second half that after he makes the adjustments that he needs to make, they come out on their first, was it their first possession? Let's see here. Yeah, third quarter, first possession, 4 plays, 65 yards, touchdown. 55-yard touchdown run from their own 45-yard line. Their first series coming out of halftime. I mean, and that's the thing, too. I mean, in the first quarter alone, we had the ball for almost 11. We had the ball for 10 minutes and a half. 10 and a half minutes. They had it for 3 minutes and a quarter. Second quarter, we had the football for, 3, 6, 10 minutes. They had the ball for 5 minutes. So the defense was rested after that first touchdown on the first series of the game. The defense was resting, was chilling the rest of the first half. In the third quarter, the offense had the football for 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. And then Seattle had it for 2, and then 3. And then going into the fourth quarter, We had the football for 5, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 minutes. We had the football for 11 minutes in the fourth quarter. Defense got no excuses, man. Defense got no excuses. All I'm going to say is I have no faith in our defense. I have no faith in our special teams. Blackburn needs to go. He needs to be fired immediately. At this rate, we're not going to win many games. We won 11 games. I get it. But every time we play someone, it's a nail biter. It should not be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Our front seven, they're underperforming right now. They really are. Landman is doing a great job. But Jared Verse, what a letdown. I mean, what has he got? 5 sacks for the season? Byron Young has cooled off. He's been at 11 sacks for a while. Aside of the couple of long running game, rushing attempts that they've had, we did a good job on our run defense. I mean, that's what Puka Nacua is for. But boy, I mean, listen, if we have to win the last 2 games, we have to. Got to win the last 2 games and pray to God that the Niners lose against the Colts. Who do the Seahawks have? They have the Panthers and the Niners. If they somehow lose to the Panthers, I don't know. You tell me. I don't see him losing to the Panthers. I think they're going to demolish the Panthers. And I think the Niners game, the Niners are probably going to win that game. They're playing at home. They're playing at home. I don't see how. The only thing that the Niners have is playing the Bears. And, I mean, if the Bears win, I would rather the Bears win out. If the Bears can beat the Niners in Seattle, oh boy. They're playing the Colts in a couple of days. Yeah. Niners are playing the Colts in a couple of days, Monday Night Football. And then they're playing the Bears, and then they're playing the Seattle Seahawks. So, I don't know. I don't want to keep rambling on. I'm obviously very upset about this game. I'm very disappointed. I never thought that we would lose this game, but here we are. Here we are. So, I don't know why it just started playing by itself. But again, our offense did score 37 points, almost 600 yards of offense, no turnovers, which is what you want every time. And our defense and special teams just dropped the ball. Defense and special teams dropped the ball. So with that being said, I am hoping that we can turn things around. I hope this is a wake-up call. I don't care if we have to go to, play games at other team stadiums. I think we have proven back in 2021 that we can go and play anywhere and win. So it just sucks that we're not going to win the division this year, especially with the great season that we're having so far. Just bonehead games that we just should have won, and we just didn't do a good job. It's just really what sucks the most. So with that being said, hopefully this will be a nice wake-up call for the team. Just kind of get settled down a little bit. Devontae is not playing this week against Atlanta, and I don't think he should, and I don't think he should play against the Cardinals either. I think let's just rest him out, and we'll do what we did again, and then hopefully, have a positive outcome on both ends in the next 2 weeks. One can only pray that, the Niners and the Seahawks lose their next game. I mean, we just want one game, and if that happens, we're back on top, but I don't see it happening. So anyway, go Rams. I love the Rams. Love the team. Love the coach. A couple things we got to tweak up. Really disappointed, really upset, but it's time to turn the page. Let's, as Bill Belichick would say, on to the next one. So with that being said, just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out the video. If you enjoyed the video, give a like and subscribe. And I'll see you